All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start on the back legs now. And I just wanted to say the back legs, there is a little bit of a difference with these. What we'll be doing, we'll be working in the round for the first 12 rounds of the back legs. And then after that point, it's gonna start to change into rows instead of rounds. And the left leg and the right leg will be different from each other past round 12. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show you. Let's get started. We're going to begin with the magic circle or your slip knot, and we will start off with 8 single crochet in the magic circle or your slip knot, whichever. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and tighten that. And then for round 2, we will increase. We're going to increase to 4 stitches. So to do that, we'll do 1 single crochet, increase. We'll do that 4 times until we have 12 stitches. Don't forget to sew over your tail, or I mean to crochet over your tail, so you don't have to sew it in later. Okay, so 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, increase. Okay, so that completes round 2, and for both rounds 3 and 4, we're just going to do an individual single crochet in each stitch around. So 12 stitches for round 3 and 12 for 4. So just go ahead and do 24 single crochet here. All right, so just finished up rows 3 and 4, or rounds 3 and 4. And for round 5, we're still gonna have 12 stitches, but we're gonna do things a little differently just to give it that shape. So what we'll do is decrease 2 times. Okay, so there's 1 decrease. And 2 decreases. And then we're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll go ahead and increase in the next 2 stitches. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we just did our 2 increases. And now we're going to single crochet in the next 5 remaining stitches of round 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then let's move on to round 6. We're going to single crochet in the first stitch. And then we're going to decrease in the next one. That's going to give us 8 stitches by the time we're done with round 6. So this is a decrease round. We got 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease. see. For rounds 7 and 8 both, we will just do 8 individual single crochets in each stitch around. So go ahead and do 16 single crochet. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn this inside out now. Alright, so just do 1 individual single crochet in each stitch around for both rounds 7 and 8. So after you've completed rounds 7 and 8, for round 9 we're going to increase in every stitch all the way around. So we'll have a total of 16 stitches by the time we're done. So just go ahead and do 2 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. Increase round. All right, and now we have 16 stitches, and let me see here. For round 11, we're actually going to increase, I'm sorry. Round 10, we're just gonna do 1 individual single crochet in every stitch around. So that'll be 16 stitches, and then I'll meet you back at round 11, so we'll do another increase round. All right, I just finished round 10, and for round 11, we're gonna increase again. It'll be an increase round. So what we'll do is we'll do an individual single crochet and then an increase. So we're going to do that all the way around. We'll do it a total of 8 times until we have 24 stitches for round 11. So 1 increase, 1 increase, 1 increase, 1 increase, 1 increase, 1 increase. Okay, I lost count here. Let's see. This is why it's good to have a stitch marker, which I never use. I probably should though. So 1. Okay, so we have 2 more to go. 1 increase, 1 and increase. Okay, so we now have 24 stitches all the way around for round 11. For round 12, we're just gonna single crochet in each and every individual stitch. So we'll have 24 stitches at the end of round 12. And I will meet you back when we get to the next round, which is actually not going to be a round, it's a row. And I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. All right, so I just completed round 12 for a total of 24 stitches all the way around. And now we're going to move on to 13. And 13 is going to be a row. This is where our rows are going to start. So what that means is instead of working all the way around, from now on we're just going to go back and forth, okay, in rows. So let's go ahead and start that. For 13, we are going to do 16 single crochet. So go ahead and single crochet in the next 16 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, and for the next part of this, which would be row 14, this is for the left leg only. So the leg we're working on right now is actually the left leg. And this is the only row that's different in the whole process. So what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna turn our work, well, chain 1, turn your work, and we're gonna do 1 single crochet in each of the 16 stitches that we just did. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and chain 1, turn again, and we're gonna do 16 again for row 15. So let's go on across and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right, and then for row 16, we are going to do something a little different. What we're going to do, let's chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to single crochet in the first 6, and then we'll do a decrease, and then we'll single crochet in the next 6 and do a decrease again. Okay, so it's going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and decrease. Okay, and that finishes up row 16. Now we're going to turn and do another decrease row for 17. We're going to decrease down to 12, and to do that we will single crochet across 5 times and do a decrease, 5 more times and another decrease. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. All right, chain 1, turn your work, and let's see, for row 18 we will we're going to do another decrease. So this time we'll do 4 single crochet, decrease, 4 single crochet, decrease, and we'll have 10 by the time we're done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease, 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, decrease. Chain 1, turn your work. And this time we are going to decrease down to 7 stitches. So this row is a little unique here. Just follow along with me. We are going to single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to decrease, single crochet in the next stitch, and decrease, single crochet in the next stitch, and then do another decrease, and then we'll just do a single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, so there we have, that was row 19, and now we're going to move to row 20. We're almost done with this leg. Let's see, so now we're going to decrease again. This time we're going to decrease down to 4 stitches. So what we'll do is, let's see, we're gonna just decrease in the first, we're gonna do 3 decreases, okay? So there's 1 decrease, there's 2 decreases, and finally the third. And then single crochet in the last one. All right, so now we have 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and now we're going to decrease down to the last to 2 stitches. So all we're going to do is decrease all the way across in both of these. So there's 1 decrease, and here's the second one. And there's 2 stitches, and all right. So now what we're gonna do to finish this up, we're gonna single crochet around the edge of the open gap in this leg. This whole thing here, it looks kind of like a chicken leg. But yeah, we're gonna we're gonna single crochet around this entire edge just to clean it up and make it look good, and it's going to stick nicely to the side of Evie's body. Okay, so go ahead and chain 1, and what I like to do, I just go through any of the holes I see, so you can kind of follow along with what I'm doing if you can see it good enough. I'll go slow here. I know with beginner crocheters it can be a little difficult to crochet along the edges of something like this because you can't always tell where to go. Sometimes you put too many crochets, single crochets, or not enough. And I have no real number to base, to say to have, so you just kind of fill in the gaps. And now for the side here. Alright, and then we're down to the last 2 stitches, the 2 decreases that we had just completed. And what I'm actually going to do is slip stitch into this first decrease stitch. And there you have it. Nice clean edges now. Okay, So we'll go ahead and fasten this off, leave a long tail for sewing. Make sure you get it stuffed, and you can sew it onto the body whenever you're ready. I like to assemble everything at the end. I know I did the ears on the head earlier, but that's because I was excited to see how they would look on the head. Anyways, so that completes our left leg. We're gonna go ahead and do the right leg next. And I'm actually gonna do the first 12 rounds off camera, since I just showed you how to do the first 12 rounds. And there's no real change until we start getting to the rows. So go ahead and do the first 12 rounds of your right leg, and I will meet you at the rows, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Okay, so I've been working on my right leg here. I've just completed doing round 12, and here's the difference between the right and the left leg. What we're gonna do for 13 and 14, we are actually just gonna, for round 13, which would be the beginning of the rows on the left leg, we're gonna do 16, and then we're gonna do an additional 16 for round 14. So basically what we're gonna go ahead and do for let's go ahead and combine 13 and 14. We are just gonna do 32 single crochet all the way around. I know we only have 24 stitches, but we're gonna go ahead and single crochet 32 times. So let's go ahead and do that. There's no increasing or anything like that. We're just gonna do 32 single crochet. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so that's row 13 right there. And then 14, we're gonna do 16 more. So 1, all right, so we just finished round 14. So that was 13 and 14 combined. We just did 32 single crochet stitches all the way around. And now we're gonna move on to the rows. So go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and we're gonna single crochet in the next 16 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right, and now we're gonna start our decreases, just like we did with the left leg. Everything else from here on out is gonna be the same as what we did with the left leg. So we'll decrease to 14, and then 12, and then 10, 7, 4, 2, and then single crochet our edge. So let's go ahead and do that. So for 16, we will single crochet in the first 6, do a decrease, single crochet in 6, and then do a decrease. Okay, just like we did with the left leg. So 1, 2, 3, oops, 4, 5, 6, decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, decrease. Chain 1, turn your work. We'll do 5 single crochet, a decrease, 5 single crochet, and a decrease for a total of 12 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease, 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. Okay, and chain 1, turn your work. This time we'll do 4 single crochet and a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. Okay, and then chain 1, this is where we're going to decrease to 7. So we'll single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, and decrease. And then we'll just do a single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, chain 1, turn your work. And this time we're going to decrease to 4. So we will decrease 3 times and then do a single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3 decreases, single crochet in the last stitch, chain 1, turn your work, and now we're gonna decrease to 2 stitches. So decrease all the way across, 1, 2, and then this is where we're gonna clean up our edges. So chain 1 and just start single crocheting along. In each of the holes that you see. All right, so we've made it back up to the top to the 2 decrease stitches that we had done on for row 21. So I'm gonna just slip stitch into that first decrease stitch and go ahead and fasten off. We are done with both of the back legs now. Oh, come on now. Scissors aren't very good. All right. So there we go. We now have a right leg and a left leg. This is how they look. You can see the difference between the two. So yeah, let's look at the body here real quick. So let's see. This is the right leg. And this is the left leg. So those will go, you'll just sew them on. Just kind of eyeball it and sew it all on, however you think looks right. I know it looks weird right now, but when it's all put together, it's gonna look awesome, okay? So have faith. And just arrange them how you think looks good. And I'm just kind of like previewing right now. So yeah, that looks so funny right now with me trying to hold it all in place. But anyways, you can see where we're going with this, and yeah, it's gonna look cute. So anyways, I'm going to, what I'm gonna do now, I'm actually gonna pause, turn off the video for now. I'm gonna stuff all of these, and I'm gonna make sure they're very firm so it'll hold the body up well. And I'm gonna go ahead and sew them all on. So I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done, and then we'll go ahead and get started on the tail, okay? All right, so I just finished sewing all the pieces together that I have so far of Evie, and this is how it looks. It looks super adorable. So it looks a little weird, but once I get the tail sewn on and the fluffy stuff, then it's gonna look way cuter. So yeah, I'm excited. It's really starting to take shape. When I sewed this together, I actually started with the back legs first. I placed them where I thought would look okay. And then I sewed the front legs on. And then I sewed the head on. And I just want to say, like, for the head, it's going to be really wobbly if you don't like sew around the back a lot. So what I did, I sewed around each stitch for like 2 rounds, I think. And then for a couple more rounds for the back half, I sewed them down to make it steady so it wouldn't flop around, because when I first sewed it on, it was like blue all over the place. So anyways, this is how Evie is looking so far. And now we are gonna go ahead and get started on the tail. So I'm gonna put this up for now. It's really cute and I'm getting excited. And we're gonna start on the tail. And we're gonna do a color change now. We're going to use creamy or off-white yarn, or just whatever you think looks, you know, like Evie's fur color. The color I'm using is, it's from Super Saver, and it's called Aran, or Aran. It's A-R-A-N, Aran, maybe? I don't know. But anyways, this is what it looks like. It's like an off-white, so yeah. So anyways, let's get started with the tail. We are going to do a magic circle. Yes, I pinched my finger earlier in my vacuum cleaner. So yay, now I have this nice little mark. Anyways, so yeah, magic circle or slip knot if that's what you prefer. And we're gonna do 6 single crochets into the circle, okay? So instead of our usual 8, we're doing 6. There's 1, 2, 3. Tighten it a bit. Make it easier to work with. 4. No, kitty. My cat trying to distract me again. Okay, so 5 and 6. Tighten it. And let me see here. For rounds 2 through 5, we are just going to do an individual single crochet in each stitch around. So let's see, that's going to be 6, 6, 18. That's 24 stitches. So if you just want to go ahead and count 24 stitches, that's what we're doing for the next few rounds. It'll be rounds 2 through 5, 6 individual single crochets. So here we go. And it is a little tight to begin with here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, as usual, I am crocheting over the tail as I go. Alright, so just keep crocheting, doing single crochets until you complete round 5, or you have 24 single crochet, whichever is easier for you. Okay, so I just finished up round 5. Now I'm gonna move on to round 6, and what we'll do is increase in this round. We're gonna increase in every stitch around until we have a total of 12 stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and last but not least, 12. So there's 12 stitches, and for the next 2 rounds, we're gonna just do an individual single crochet in each stitch around. So for round 7 and 8, just 12 stitches for each row, or you can just go ahead and count out 24 stitches because that's easier. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at round 9. Okay, so I just finished up rounds 7 and 8, and I'm moving on to round 19 now. Round 19 is a little bit of a special round. It can be a little tricky if you've never done color changes before. So just follow closely, and I'll do my best to explain how I do it to make it a nice smooth transition. On round 19, we are going to be switching between the cream color and the brown that we've been working with on Evie the whole time. So yeah, also we're going to be increasing to 18 stitches. We currently have 12, and we're going to go up to 18. This is the very tip of the tail, and now we're going to start expanding that a little bit. So let's go ahead and move on to round 9. So for 9, all the way around the whole time, we'll be doing 1 individual single crochet and then an increase. 1 increase, 1 increase, all the way around. We will be switching colors though, so just pay close attention, or make sure you use your yarn marker if you have one to help you out there so you don't lose track. So anyways, let's get started. What I'm going to do is 1 and then increase. Okay, 1 and then increase. Oops. What did I do there? My yarn got a little tangled there. Okay, so I'm doing an increase. Anyways, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my brown yarn. And to do that, I will make a slip knot. Okay. And I will attach it to my hook. I'll put this mess behind so I can crochet over top of that. I'm going to actually insert my hook and pull the yarn through, the white yarn. And I'll pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Tighten that a bit. Helps hide it a little bit. And now for the next row, the next stitch, it's another increase. So I'm actually gonna be switching to brown. So what I'll do is this. See how I have 2 loops on the hook? Instead of pulling the white through like we normally would, I'm gonna lay the white down and grab the brown. And I'll pull brown through. Okay? And that's it. That's how you seamlessly change colors. And then we'll just do a single crochet with the brown in this same stitch because that was an increase. Okay? So not too bad there. So we'll do 1, and the next stitch is going to be an increase. Next stitch is going to be 1, and I'm going to be switching back to white. So insert your hook and grab the brown. You have 2 loops on your hook. Lay the brown down and pull the white back up to the front so that they don't get tangled with each other. And then pull the white through both loops. Tighten this if you need to. Okay. And then we're going to do an increase with the white in the next stitch. So 1, 2. Okay. Next stitch, I'm going to do a white single crochet. Next stitch, I'll do 1 white and 1 brown. So let's do white, and then lay the white down, grab the brown, and pull it through both loops. Okay, and then you want to pull the white to tighten the stitch. Okay, and then insert the hook to make your increase. Pull the brown through and do your single crochet, and there you go. Let's do 1 brown in the next stitch. Next one is an increase, so we will do 1 brown, lay the brown down, and bring the white back up to the front. Let's see what I do here. Okay, so we'll just put that behind and pull the white through both loops, tighten it, and then do a white in the same stitch because we're increasing. And that, I believe that was 18. Let me double check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so I actually have 20 stitches. So we're gonna take out these last, the last 2 increases that I did. I apologize for that. I was not keeping count. It happens sometimes. Anyways, so here we are. We now have 18 stitches. And we are ready to move on to round 10. And in round 10, we are going to, we're just gonna go ahead and increase to 24 stitches. And in order to do that, we will do 1 individual crochet, 2nd individual crochet, and then increase. So we'll do that same thing all the way around until we have 24 stitches. And of course, you will still continue to rotate your colors. And of course, the colors rotations is really, it's just totally random. It's whatever you like. Just do it however you want. Like mine is so random, as you can see, and you will continue to see. So yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start on round 10 now and do 24 stitches. So I'm gonna use white. The first stitch will be a single crochet. Second is gonna be a single crochet, and I'm gonna actually switch to brown. So pull that, and then don't forget to tighten by pulling the color of the yarn. And then the next single crochet is gonna be an increase. So we will do 2 brown stitches in the next one. Okay. And then 1 single crochet in the next. And I'm actually gonna switch to white after this one. So tighten like we always do. And then move on to the next stitch to do a white. And then we'll do an increase in the next one. So 1, 2. Okay. The next stitch, I'm going to do an individual single crochet, and I'm going to switch to brown. And then I'm going to do an individual brown single crochet in the next stitch. And I'm going to switch back to white. So much switching. Okay. So the next the next stitch is going to be an increase. So we'll do 2 single crochet in there. 1, 2. And let me see. I believe we are now, no. Okay. So yeah, the next stitch is going to be a single crochet. And as well as the next stitch. The next is going to be an increase, and I will be switching to brown after this white stitch. All right. And now I believe we are at 24 stitches. Let me go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 22. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more increases. And I'm going to finish it with the brown. So let's see, the next stitch will be an individual single crochet. The next will be an individual single crochet. And then we'll do an increase in the next stitch. And then the next one's going to be an individual. Next is an individual. And then an increase. And I'm going to start to transition back to the white for this one. So that last stitch is going to be white. For mine at least. It's whatever you want to do with yours. If you want to follow along with me, if it's easier that way, then by all means do that. So anyways, now we are ready for round 11. And luckily this is an easier round. For round 11, we're just going to do 1 individual single crochet in every stitch around. So we'll have 24 stitches for round 11. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do 1. And by the way, this is our last color switching round as well. 2, 3. Actually, I'm going to switch this time. 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to switch again. 7, 8, and switch. 9, 10, 11, and switch. No. Tighten that. 12, 13, 14. Oh wait, actually I want to switch. So there's 14. We're going back to the brown. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and actually I'm going to do the last stitch in white. So 24. Okay. All right, so we are now actually done with the white yarn. So what you want to do, let me grab my scissors here. We're going to snip it and just grab it and pull it through like that. Tighten it. And we'll be crocheting over top of this this tail here from the white. And I'm done with the white for now until we make the fluffy part. So we'll set that aside. And let me see here. For the brown, I'm gonna actually pull up a loop from the brown that's already in there. And I'm gonna insert my hook. And I'll start, I'll just start crocheting over top of this last thread where we just left off. Okay, so for round 12, we're also, once again, we will be doing one individual single crochet in every stitch around for a total of 24. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and continue doing that for round 12 and I'll meet you at round 13. Alrighty, I just completed round 12. So we're going to move on to round 13 and we're going to increase to 30 stitches. And to do that, we will do 3 individual single crochets in every stitch and then an increase. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. It's 1, 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. I always get hairs stuck in my yarn. Does anybody else have that problem, or is it just me? Anyways, 1, 2, 3, increase. Okay, so we're at 15. 1, 2, 3, increase. There's 20. 1, 2, 3, increase. There's 25. 1, 2, 3, increase. And 30. All right, so that completes round 13. Moving on to 14, we're just gonna do an individual single crochet in every stitch around. So 30 stitches again. All right, so on to round, let's see, we're at 15 now. We're gonna be increasing to 36 single crochets. And to do that, we will just do 1 individual single crochet in each of the next 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches, and then an increase. We'll do that same pattern all the way around. So let's go ahead and get started. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4, increase. Okay, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, increase. Oops. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, and then finally we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and increase. And that gives us 36 stitches for round 15. And on round 16 and 17 both, we are just going to do one individual single crochet in every stitch around. So 36 stitches for each row for rounds 16 and 17. 36 stitches for both of those rounds. So that will give us a total of 72 stitches if you want to go ahead and count it that way. And I will meet you back for round 18 and we'll do another increase row. Okay, we are now ready to move on to round 18. And for 18, what we're gonna do is increase to 42 stitches. And to do that, we will be doing 5 individual single crochets this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and increase. And we'll do that all the way around until we have 42 stitches. So let's go ahead and get started. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase. And this will be our last round of increases, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase. And just finish that all the way around until we get to round 19. All right, so I just finished up 18 and I have 42 stitches now. This is how the tail's looking so far. And next thing I'm gonna do is for rounds 19 through 23, we will just do an individual single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So 42 single crochet for each row. That's 19 through 23. So that's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 5 rounds of 42 stitches for each round. Okay, so go ahead and get started on that, and I'll meet you at round 24 when we start our decreasing. Okay. Okay, so this is how Evie's tail is looking now that we just completed rounds 19 through 23. We're now ready for round 24, and we're going to be decreasing. And we're going to decrease until we have 36 stitches all the way around. We currently have 42. To get to 36, we're just going to do 5 single crochets individually in the next 5 stitches and then a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then join these 2 to decrease. So this is what it looks like. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to do a decrease. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. Okay, got 2 more sets to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. And last set here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a decrease. Okay, and that gives us 36 single crochet by the end of round 24. And now for round 25, we're just going to do 1 individual single crochet in each of these 36 stitches. So we'll have 36 stitches still when we're done with 25. And go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you for round 26 for the next decrease. All right, so we just finished round 25. We're going to move on to 26, and we'll be decreasing to 30 stitches this time. We currently have 36 stitches, and to get to 30 stitches, we will simply do 4 single crochet, decrease, 4 single crochet, decrease, 4 single crochet, decrease. Do that all the way around, a total of 6 times until we have 30 stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. We're now at 10. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, decrease, 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. And just continue that all the way around until you have 30 stitches. All right, I just finished round 26 for 30 stitches, and I'm ready to move on to 27. We're going to decrease to 24 stitches, and to do that we will do 1, 2, 3 individual single crochets and then a decrease in the next 2. Okay, so we'll do that all the way across 6 times. So let's go ahead and get started on that. 1, 2, 3, decrease, 1, 2, 2, 3, decrease, 1. And by the way, I do apologize if you ever hear I do have 3 children, and if you ever hear them in the background screaming, just know that no one is dying. That's just how my kids play. They're very loud sometimes, and they scream and holler and everything. And yeah, so if you ever hear that in the background, that's what that is. Anyways, 2, 3, decrease. Okay, and we'll just continue that pattern of 1, 2, 3, decrease all the way around for round 27 until we have 24 stitches left, 24 stitches total. And then I'm going to meet you at round 28 where we will decrease again. All right, so round 28 now. we're gonna decrease to 18. We currently have 24 stitches all the way around after round 27. And for 28, we'll go down to 18 by, we'll single crochet in 2 stitches and then decrease. All the way around we'll do that pattern. So single crochet in 2 stitches and then decrease. So here we go for 18 stitches. Let's go 1, 2, decrease, 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 1, 2, and decrease. All right, so we're done with that, and now we're gonna, now we're gonna go to 29, and we're gonna decrease again to 12 stitches this time. And to do that, we'll do 1 single crochet, decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease, all the way around until we have 12 stitches. So 1, decrease, oops, I started to do an increase there. We want to decrease. Okay, 1, decrease, 1, whoopsie, here we go, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, and 1, decrease. And yeah, we have 12 stitches now, and at this point we should probably go ahead and stuff this thing. Probably should have already stuffed it, but yeah, anyways, doesn't really matter. We'll be able to get it in there just fine. So go ahead and start stuffing. That's what I'm gonna do right here now. Okay, so just jam a bunch of it in there. Lots of fluff to put in there. Okay. Keep going, keep going. I'll tell you what, when you're stuffing the polyfill into your project, a little bit does not go a long way. You really have to use a lot of polyfill if you want it to be nice and firm. But luckily polyfill is relatively cheap. Or if you're like me and you like to get real cheap, I sometimes will buy like $2 pillows from Walmart, cut them open, and use all the stuffing that's in there. I mean, why not? It's good enough to lay your head on, so I think it's good enough to stuff a crochet project with. Anyways, so I think that's good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and finish now the tail. I've got 2 rows left. What we're gonna do next for round 30, We're just gonna do an individual single crochet in every stitch around. So that'll be 12 stitches, or 12 single crochet all the way around. And then we'll do round 31 where we will decrease to 10 stitches. But let's go ahead and do round 30 first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, and then last but not least, we have round 31, and we're gonna decrease to 10, so that'll be two decreases throughout. So what we'll do is 4 single crochet, decrease, 4 single crochet, decrease, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Decrease. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. All right, and we're done with the tail finally. Woohoo! That was pretty time consuming there. But we are finally getting really close to being done with Evie. All we have to do is make the fluff now and put everything on the face, the felt on the face. So anyways, I just slip stitch into the next stitch, and I'm going to cut a long tail so that I can sew it onto Evie's body. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do that right now off camera. Whoopsie, what did I do with my yarn here? I just kinked it up. It's so kinky. Anyways, I'm stupid. Don't listen to me. So yeah, there's the tail. And I'm gonna sew this on to Evie's body now. And I shall return after I do that. All right, so I just got the tail sewed on Evie. And it looks great. I'm so excited. We're getting so close to done. So yeah, that's how it's looking. It's motivating to put it together and see your progress. Helps you to keep going, because sometimes these projects are really long and can be a little tedious, especially when you're trying to record video tutorials. Because normally I'm just sitting on my couch chilling, watching TV, and just crocheting to pass the time by, because it's like therapy for me. But, you know, recording videos is a little bit of work, but I do enjoy it. I like to teach people what I know. So, yeah. Anyways, time to move on to the next part of this project. We are going to pull out our cream colored yarn, and we're going to get started with the fluffy part of Evie, the little front part that goes right here on its chest. Okay, so we will go ahead and get ready to get started for that. Okay, so I've actually assembled most of Evie, and I also went ahead and made 2 of the fluff thingies that go on Evie. I'm going to make the 3rd one and sew it on here, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So this is how it's looking so far. It's super cute. We're gonna finish up the fluff, and then we're gonna do the face, and then we're gonna be all done with this adorable little project. I hope you guys have been enjoying this most of the way, so yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and put this up for now and get started on the fluff. Let's see. Okay, so this is pretty easy to make. Let me adjust my camera a little bit here. There we go. Okay. So now what we're gonna do for the fluff, it's really easy. We're just gonna start off making a chain of 10 single crochets. So do your slip knot, put your hook in, and chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then in the second chain from the hook, we're gonna insert our hook like that, grab the yarn and do a single crochet. So pull it through. And then we're gonna do 1 single crochet in each of the next 8 chains that are left. We'll have a total of 9 single crochet by the time we're done with this first row. So there's 1, let's do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, and then for row 2, you're gonna chain 1 and turn your work. We're gonna do 2 single crochet in the first stitch to increase. So 1, 2, and then single crochet in the remaining 8 stitches. We'll have a total of 10 single crochet by the time we're done with row 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now we're gonna chain 1 and turn our work again. And for row 3, we're gonna increase to 11. So go ahead and do 2 stitches in the first stitch. 1, 2, there's our increase for row 3. And then in single crochet in each of the next 9 stitches. So 1, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, chain 1, turn your work, and now we're going to increase to 12. So do 2 single crochet in the first stitch, 1, 2, and then single crochet in each of the next 10 stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, chain 1, turn your work. We're going to increase to 13 this time. So you know the drill. 2 single crochet in the first stitch for our increase. And then you're going to single crochet in the next 11 stitches. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, and now we're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and we're gonna increase our final increase to 14. So do our increase in this first stitch here, 1, 2, and then single crochet in the next 12. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, now chain 1 and turn your work again, and we're just going to do 1 individual single crochet in each of these 14 stitches all the way across for row 7. Okay, so go ahead and do 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Whoops. Well, maybe. All right. Now, for row 8, we are going to start decreasing. So to do that, we're going to start off with chain 1 and turn our work. We'll do 6 single crochet, decrease, 6 single crochet, and that'll give us 13 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Decrease, and then do 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so chain 1, turn your work. Let's move on to row 9, where we're going to do 3 single crochet, decrease, 3 single crochet, decrease, 3 single crochet. We're going to do that across. We'll have 11 stitches by the time we're done with row 9. So 1, 2, 3, decrease, 1, 2, 3, decrease, and then 1, 2, and 3. Okay, chain 1, turn your work. Row 10, we're going to do 3 single crochet, decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease, 3 single crochet. So it'll be 9 stitches across. So 1, 2, 3. I apologize that I'm super shaky today. I've had way too much coffee. Anyways, so there's our decrease. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet, decrease, and then 1, 2, and 3. So now we have 9 stitches. We're going to move on to row 11 and do 2 single crochet, decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease, 2. So now we'll have 7 when we're done with row 11. So 1, 2, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, 2. Oops, 2. Okay, chain 1, turn your work, and let's do row 12. We're almost done with this. We're gonna single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet for a total of 5 by the time we're done with row 12. Okay, so 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1. Chain 1, turn your work, and now we're going to decrease, single crochet, decrease. We'll have 3 when we're done. So decrease, single crochet, and decrease. All right, chain 1, turn your work, and now we're going to decrease down to 2. And to do that, we're just going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then decrease these last 2 stitches together. And there we have it. And now for row 15, what we're going to do is chain 1, turn your work, and we are going to do what's called a picot stitch. Okay, so to do that, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, okay? And in the second chain from the hook, you'll insert your hook and just do a slip stitch. Okay, just like that. In the next chain, you're going to do a slip stitch, just like that. And then you're going to find the bottom, the base stitch that this came out of, and slip stitch into it. So right here, slip stitch, and then slip stitch into that next stitch as well. Okay. And there we go. This is the ruff, or the fluff thing. And what we're gonna do is single crochet all the way around now to give it a nice clean edge. So chain 1, whoops, and then just do a single crochet in each hole around. You're not gonna be single crocheting around the picot stitch, but everything else you're gonna single crochet around. So go ahead and do that to the best of your ability. And we're getting real close to done here. I will say that sewing these on was probably one of the most difficult parts, just because like these things, you want to fill them up with polyfill, and you want to sew them on first, like as curved as you can, and then kind of stuff it as you get close to being done sewing it on. So it's a little difficult for me to explain, and yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you can do it. You've come this far, so you can do anything. Just take some time and effort, and you'll get it. All right. And in these corner stitches, by the way, I like to do 2, because that way it has a nice like curve and transition into the side. Okay, what did I just do here? Anyways, moving right along. I keep snagging my yarn. Not real sure why. All right. So I'm here at the end beside the picot stitch, and I'm just going to slip stitch into whatever space I can, and I'm done. So I'll snap that off, I'll fasten off, snap it off, and we will sew it on to Evie. Okay. Okay, so I just thought I'd try to show you how I sew these onto Evie, because like I said, it can look a little tricky. It's really not too bad. It's just, I don't know, a little tedious. But this is kind of how it looks. See how it covers the stitching of the leg? So you can't really see that the leg was sewn onto the body. It looks like it just comes right off the body. And that's what I'll be doing here. Now, as you can see, we ended our sewing down here in the corner, and I like to start sewing these on from the top because it's easier to get it adjusted the way you want. So what I do to fix that, I actually weave my thread in all the way up till I get to the corner. And then I'll just start sewing it on like this. And I kind of bunch it up. Like I make sure it's up under his neck real good. And it's okay if it overlaps on this a little bit. But I just kind of hold it in place and I sew it as good as I can. And I don't sew this part on. As you can see, I let those hang. So yeah. But as you sew, you want to make sure you're like shaping this as you go. And then you'll take your polyfill and just stuff it in like as you sew it. And yeah, eventually you'll get the hang of it. So I'm actually going to do that off camera just because I'm not the greatest at sewing, and holding this in front of a camera and sewing at the same time is going to be a little difficult for me. So I'm just going to sew this on and I will get back to you in just a moment. We'll get busy on the face. All right, so good luck to you. All right, so real quick, I just wanted to show you before I actually like put the eyes on and everything, how I do the eyes. They're not like perfect, but I do the best I can. The eyes are kind of difficult to me, but yeah. So anyways, what I do, I take a piece of felt and I'll just like cut out the shape of the eye as a stencil, and then I cut it out around the colors that I need, the real actual pieces I need. And then I slowly but surely cut them down to the right size and just constantly hold it up to look at it and see if it's right. And then when you put the eyes on, you want to just make sure you place them in a good spot. It'll stick to the yarn before it's even glued on pretty decently, so you can get an idea. And then what I'm gonna do is actually, I'm gonna put the nose and mouth on first. If you want, you can use the fabric to do that. I am actually gonna embroider them on. I'm gonna take my yarn needle with some black yarn and just stitch a little like triangular shaped nose on, and then put a little curved mouth on the bottom. And after I do that, I will go ahead and glue the eyes in place, whoops, where I think is good. So yeah, so anyways, just an idea of how that goes. So I will meet you back after I finish the face and let you see what the final product looks like. Oh, and don't forget the ears too. We gotta add some felt in there. All right. All right, so we are finally all done with Evie, and this is the end result. We got the felted ears and the eyes, embroidered nose and the little mouth that I just embroidered on there with yarn. Yeah, so the eyes, I actually ended up using hot glue to glue them onto the face as well as the ears. And if you have fabric glue, that's probably a much better option, because as you can see, there's a little bit of glue showing on mine. It doesn't really matter too much to me because I'm just gonna give this to my kids as a toy. But yeah, this is Evie, and I think it turned out really cute. It looks great. So I hope you enjoyed this pattern. Just let me know what you think. Let me know if you want me to show you any other Pokemon in the future, and I'll see what I can do. And if you have any questions or comments, of course, feel free to message me on Facebook or Instagram. You can message me on Happy Cat Crochet on Instagram. And yeah. Of course, you can also leave comments and I'll respond to those as well. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you so much for following along with this pattern. I hope it was fun for you. And happy crocheting. Thank you.